On the drive on WDAE. We talked to him when he first got the job. Florida Gators head coach Jon Sumrall is back with me here on the drive. Coach, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you guys having me on.
We appreciate you, and I know you did the whole, media car wash thing this morning, and the number one question on the minds of Gator fans, obviously, is the quarterback position. I know you talked about it this morning. You touched on it. There are two guys vying for that position. What is ultimately going to end up being the final decision on who gets to be the starting quarterback? What's the one thing you're looking for when camp opens up in early August?
It's just consistency and a full body of work. I mean, look, everybody knows that we've got an open quarterback competition, but both those guys, really the whole room, is doing a great job of supporting each other, competing with each other. But it's consistent high-level play. It's not one day. It's not one throw. It's the whole deal from start to finish. And then I've said this on multiple occasions. Somebody starts game one and takes snap one. That doesn't mean you start game two and game 3 or 4 or 12 or whatever. You got to continue to play well. And so those guys are great teammates. They do a good job of challenging each other, supporting each other the right way, competing with each other. But whoever it is, we need them to play consistent and protect the football and distribute the football to our playmakers and operate efficiently at the line of scrimmage and, just make good decisions.
Does the fact that Aaron Philo, the Georgia Tech transfer, he's got a little bit more experience, does that give him more of a leg up over Tramel Jones Jr., in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the early part of spring, for sure, Philo's familiarity with the system is going to give him, back when we started spring practice, a natural maybe head start, if you will. But Tramel's worked incredibly hard and has been really diligent of, making sure he understands the intricacies of the offense. And so, no, you play whoever's going to protect the football and create plays for your team and put yourself in a position to win. Like I said, did that naturally on the front end of the start of spring ball give Philo a jump start? Sure. But that doesn't determine who starts game one or any game for that matter.
The new coach of the Florida Gators, Jon Sumrall, is with me here on the drive on WDAE. We are your home of Florida Gators football as the season will begin on September the 5th against FAU. And you mentioned the skill position talent, Coach. You went above and beyond to get Jaden Baugh back with you. He was on our station earlier today, and he told the story about how you visited him on Christmas with your entire family in order to get him back. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Jaden's with me right now. He's a great young man, and anytime there's uncertainty with, coaching staff change, all the turnover, I understand any young player trying to work through what's the right next move for them. And Jaden never went in the portal, but I certainly he had plenty of people that would have gladly accepted him if he did decide to go in the portal. And I'm grateful he never went in the portal, but I felt, on Christmas Eve it was important to the plan all along was to get there to see him face to face. The timing of it was maybe not what we thought it would be by being on Christmas Eve, but it was the right thing to do for me and my family and for him and his family and for everybody involved. And so unique to say the least. I don't know that I've ever done in-home visit with a player currently on your roster that felt somewhat like a recruiting visit. But, one of the things that I think gets lost is I didn't recruit a lot of the guys, right? So there were guys that returned. They came to Florida because someone else recruited them. And one of the things you miss as being a head coach is that recruiting experience where you get to know who they are, what makes them tick, their family dynamic, and what matters in their lives. But really grateful Jaden's still a Florida Gator. I think he wanted to build upon the legacy he's already created and leave a strong legacy when he does move on at the right time. And really excited to have him still be on our team.
Yeah, heck of a Christmas present, right, to get him back in the fold. He had 253 touches last year as a runner, as a receiver, big play back, 230 pounds, can move the line of scrimmage, obviously in short yardage situations. Are you thinking in the back of your mind, like how many touches you want to get this guy?
Yeah, I mean, you always go into each week with a plan of what that looks like, and the more number 13 touches the football for us, that's good because it means we're staying ahead of the chains and we're having success and we're probably winning football games. We also got to distribute the football to other guys around him and around our offense so that people don't just load up the box. That's why it's so important, I think, that our receiver group is as strong as it is because if they want to play a light box, then we're going to run the ball downhill. If they want to load the box, then we'll put the ball in the perimeter and put it in play to receivers in different ways. And I like our skill groups on the perimeter and at running back. And so you want to get Jaden as many touches as you can. You also want to be smart about the length of the season and but he's definitely a workhorse in nature about how he plays the game. He's one of those guys that sometimes, seems to maybe have the ability to get better the more he gets the football. The more touches, the better he gets, and he can wear a team down. But we'll make sure he gets plenty of touches each and every week.
Jon Sumrall, the new Gators coach, is with me here on the drive. Obviously, in order for that to work, you need an O-line. And, Coach, you know it. It all starts in the trenches. You went into the transfer portal. You plucked a number of guys. You mentioned this morning that, you know what, it's still kind of an open competition. Do any of these guys have any starting jobs solidified in your mind?
No, not yet. I mean, I think there's certain guys that have elevated, but we've still got to get into the meat and potatoes of training camp and get that work in. And we'll have 2 training camp scrimmages. And then once you get past that second scrimmage, we'll pare down, who's running with what group and which offensive line grouping and mixture is working together. We're still in the phase of, creating a little bit of crossover flexibility and versatility within that line room. But the closer you draw to game one, the more you want to hone in on, okay, what's the starting 5 going to look like? The players decide that. I don't make that decision. They decide it by how they practice each day. And we got guys in that room that are very capable. I look forward to who's going to elevate and who's going to play at a high level.
Defensively, 26 sacks from a year ago. I don't think that's good enough by your standards and Florida Gators standards. I mean, what is the goal during camp in order to get this defense to where it needs to be?
Well, I think sacks are kind of a stat that sometimes can be a little misleading. When you're not ahead, people don't have to throw the football as much. So when you can build a lead, then people have to throw the football, or you can get them into more 3rd and longs where they have to probably more obvious pass situations. Then you get to pin your ears back. So when you're playing from behind and people are able to run the ball and stay on schedule, or even in some 3rd and mediums, run it and make it 4-down territory stuff, you get less sack opportunities. So the way you get sack opportunities is through early down stops on defense, creating long yardage for 3rd down situations, and then play from the front, play with a lead to where they have to throw to catch up. That's how you create more normal down sacks. But we do need to improve in that area regardless, though. We've got to continue to be able to put pressure on the quarterback and create havoc in the backfield and not allow passers to be comfortable.
What about the new reconstructed SEC schedule? You're playing nine conference opponents this year. I mean, how do you feel about all that?
Yeah, look, it's a tremendous challenge. This league, top to bottom, week in, week out, it's a rugged league. It's a test each and every week. You cannot just show up and think you're going to be afforded a win. You've got to earn it each and every Saturday. And so I think it's exciting, though. If you're a competitor playing 9 conference games in this league, it gets you fired up. It gets you ready to go because you realize, man, you're going to measure yourself a lot against really high-level quality competition. And our mindset at Florida is going to be we'll play anyone, anywhere, anytime. Like I'm not going to sit here and whine and complain because we got one extra SEC game. We know what we signed up for.
Mm-hmm. Well, camp begins in early August. The season begins on September the 5th. Have you thought about what your emotions are going to be like once that first game comes around the corner?
I'll be amped. Yeah, I'll be a 10 out of 10. I'll be fired up for it. I'll be most excited about watching our guys go cut it loose and play. You put in a ton of work all year. The work with this team from the construction of the roster started really late November, early December, but the work of this team becoming a team started more in January. And you do several months of work to play 12 regular season games that don't start until September. And so you get 9 months before you play game one, essentially. And I'm excited to watch our guys go play. And playing game one at home in a swamp, I'm sure the place will be electric, and I can't wait to watch our guys go, put their talents to use and get the dividends of all their hard work.
I know you've been very busy today, so I'll get you out on this. I really appreciate a few minutes of your time, Coach Sumrall. You talked this morning about tempering your expectations coming into this season, but realistically, maybe in the back of your mind, what are your expectations? What can we expect?
Well, for me, it's about our guys coming to the building every day with a mindset to compete our tails off, to give ourselves each and every week an opportunity to win a game. I don't look into the season and go, well, this is the ceiling for the year, or this is the floor. I go into the season going, hey, how do we put ourselves in position to win every game we play? Like, what are the things we can do to put our best foot forward to have an opportunity to win every game we play? And if we do that, I can live with scoreboard outcomes now. But I don't get caught up in, well, this should be a loss, or this should be a win, or this should be whatever. I want to win every game we play. Mm-hmm. And so, we're going to put the work in each and every week. I expect our guys to lay it all on the line each and every week. And we'll get to the end of the year, we'll look up and see what the results have been. But one game at a time.
So you're not a guy that says, you know what, I think I would be happy with a winning record, 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins. That's not how you operate.
Anybody that would ever go into a season and say, man, if we win 6 games or 7 games or we're bowl eligible or whatever, man, I would just be tickled to death. That's a really defeated loser's mentality. Like, it would make me a little nauseous and sick to have that type of vibe. I don't prescribe to that. I prescribe to, let's get ready for FAU. Their game one. Let's go try to win that game. And then after that, let's look up and see who's second and try to win that game. And then 1 week at a time. And you know what I want to do? I want to try to go 1-0 every week. That's the goal. And we get to the end of the year, and you have a culmination of the season. You see how many wins you tallied. But I'm not comfortable going, I'd like to win a few more than we won last year. I want to win a lot more. Now what's our ceiling? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to push the envelope every day and demand that everybody in our building be urgent and excited about what they're doing and detailed so that we can achieve whatever our ceiling is.
We love the energy and passion, Coach. Thanks for joining us. Camp is beginning pretty soon. That first game is coming around the corner. Of course, we here at WDAE, we are the Tampa Bay home of the Florida Gators. Any message out there for the Gator fans as you're getting ready to embark on this new journey?
No, I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity, and I look forward to seeing our fan base show up and show out in the swamp this fall. We've got one of what I think is the greatest home field advantages in all of sports, and we need everybody every time we take the field in Gainesville. We need the place to affect the game every Saturday.
Awesome stuff. Coach, thanks for joining us. And I made it a point to silence my phone during this interview, so I didn't.
I wasn't really that mad. I was just it went on long enough, though. I was like, all right, is the person that's phone's going off, are they asleep or are they even in the building?
I saw your reaction, man. Obviously, it made the rounds. It's gone viral. It's pretty funny stuff, but you're all business, and I think everyone can respect that. That's great.
I appreciate it. Yep. Thank you. Go Gators.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you soon. That is the new coach of the Florida Gators. You got another. Silence that phone already.
Man, that Go Gators drop sounded just like I played it. That was live. It sounded legitimately the exact same. Here's one from January.
Go Gators.
That was the January one when we had him on, and then now we just got him to do another Go Gators right here, right now, on the drive, just a few moments ago. Jon Sumrall.
Gators.
There it is, right there. I love his energy, man. I love oh, yeah, it's the loser's mentality. I'm just trying to go 1-0 every week. I'm not going into the season thinking 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins. No. I want to win every game on the schedule. And that's exactly what the Gators have needed. Because it's been a long time since this program has won the SEC. 2008, that's a long time ago for the Gator fans in Gator Nation. They went 4-8 last year. They haven't had many winning seasons recently. This might be the guy. Now, it all depends on who the quarterback's going to be, but there's some talent around him offensively. The defense needs to step up. They're returning a lot of guys on that side of the ball, including Ernest Graham's kid, who was on earlier with Nick and Rock, Miles Graham. So they're going to need certainly a big season out of him. He's their top returning tackler. But offensively, man, there's some potential there. And I just love his energy. I do. All right, your thoughts, Gators fans, on Jon Sumrall, 888-388-0957. Text at 82945. Would you rather, after 5 o'clock? Brian Anderson, race TV analyst, after 5 o'clock as well. When we come back, we're going to let you know what's on